are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And make sure you turn on post notifications. Now, JT was caught copying Cardi B at the CDFA Awards, which is the Council of Fashion Designers of America. So that's what it stands for. So with that being said, she wore a similar outfit to what Cardi B wore, like, I think it was like a year and a half ago. But a lot of fans are saying that she basically copied Cardi B. Now, she was wearing custom Jane Wade. And I'm going to be honest with you, I like JT. I think JT is super talented. I think she's more talented than Cardi B. But she looked a hot stinking mess. Okay, and I'm going to have to give her 50,000 lashings. I don't know what's going on with JT. But I feel like JT, not everything she do is a hit when it comes to the fashion. Okay? I do feel like she's a fashion girly, but something is off about this outfit. I don't know what it is, but I don't feel like this type of outfit is made for JT's body type. I don't really like the dress as a whole, in my opinion. I didn't really like it when Cardi B was up there trying to cosplay as Shakira, in my opinion. I just don't feel like it's a good look. Now, it also looks like Cardi B's biggest lapdog, Ken Botch Barbie, got pressed in the streets, okay, and is getting clowned on social media. Now, if you don't know who Ken Botch Barbie is, he calls himself a Barbie. Definitely don't look like one. Looks like his science experiment, a rodent, has gotten one of the worst surgeries in the world. He was pressed. I don't know if this is a barb. I don't know who pressed him, but he got pressed and he looked scared. Okay? Which lets me think, if he not really tough like that, but he tough online, that could be similar to how Cardi B be acting. Cardi B talking all this rah-rah, sending threats online. I remember she said that she wanted Nicki to pull up. She was asking where's Nicki location and all of that stuff. Yet your lapdog gets pressed and nobody comes to save him. I don't understand that. That's weird. So it lets me believe that a lot of their rah-rah is just talk. They not really about it. And the thing about Cardi B, she's proven that, she'll throw objects, but she never throw hands. Now, moving on from that, fans are saying that Doja Cat is getting humbled. Okay? A fan said, as a Doja Cat fan, this is sad. She made her best album, did the most promo, cared about the numbers she used to mock, yet those same numbers are now humbling her. But this is what happens when you convince yourself you don't need a fandom or call them jobless for promoting your art. Okay? Well, it looks like everything Doja Cat has said has bit her in the behind because her Paolify numbers are terrible. And her album is flopping on the charts. Let's just call it what it is. The album is not trash. Y'all really should have listened to the album the first week it came out when it really counts and supported and bought the album, but y'all didn't. And here's my thing. I feel like Doja Cat can come back from this. I don't feel like it's completely over for Doja Cat. I think she has the talent, and people will forgive her for some of her racist antics that she's done in the past. I don't think that is completely over for Doja Cat. I think she just needs to go back to her roots, okay? And I feel like her roots were the hot pink era, the Planet Her era. Like, this wasn't even like really the Planet Her era. It was a lot of 80s sounding music. I feel like she needs to go back to the hot pink sound, go back to the Planet Her sound, and she gonna find a hit. The 80s sound, I don't think a lot of people like that, okay? Because it sounded too old school. I liked some of the songs, but I think people were kind of turned off by it. So I feel like she just got to go back to the basics and keep the looks that she has now. Don't go back to looking like a rodent. but keep the looks that you have now, and you will be able to get back your fans. Now, Nicki Minaj continues to tease her next album, and a lot of fans are speculating she is bringing back R0MÄN to come after Cardi B. Okay? Now, she responded to a fan and said, "Babe, we are on new levels, new heights, trust me. This album." A fan asked, "Is R0MÄN on the album?" And she responded and said, "Where else would he be?" She also said the next album will not be titled Pink Friday 3. Okay? With that being said, a lot of fans are having mixed reactions to Nicki Minaj teasing her next album. A fan said that album is selling under 150, like I'm so serious. Okay, so that's what one fan said. And then another fan said, tired of Nicki doing nothing related to music and the album rollout. Every day is a new thing. Camel phase, desert rat, Twitter rants, beefing with people, AI, vibes, Shrump. Like, my God, can you at least do the bees in the trap challenge or post a damn serve? Okay? So a lot of fans feel like the drama is overshadowing the music. So let me know if you guys agree with these fans or what they're saying. And if you guys are here for her bringing R0MÄN back. She also said Red Ruby will also be coming back too. Now, Nicki Minaj has registered 2 new songs, Hunter and Barbie B-Word. The rapper has also confirmed that a name of one of her songs on her next album is titled Mad. Okay, which a lot of fans believe R0MÄN will make an appearance on. So, let me know how y'all feel about it. Are you guys excited for Nicki Minaj's next era? Do you feel like some of the drama has overshadowed the next era? Let me know how y'all feeling about it in the comments. Now, moving on to Megan Thee Stallion. Megan, did she revive hip-hop? Because Love a Girl has debuted on the Hot 100 at number 38. And it was previously reported that there was no top 40 song for rap, okay, on Billboard. Okay, there was no rap song in the top 40 on Billboard. But Megan has put that to an end. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Do you feel like this is a bop or is it a flop for Megan Thee Stallion? I feel like this is not really a flop for Megan. Okay? Because the last record, I think it was called Whenever, didn't even debut on the Hot 100. So the fact that she's still going top 40, that might be a W. I don't expect Megan to go top 20, top 10 by herself. She's not that type of artist. Okay? Top 40, that's usually, where Megan really would go for a record like this. I don't think that this song will last on the charts. I think that this will be, gone in a week or two. No shade. But I don't think that this is a flop for Megan Thee Stallion because I feel as though, Scratch Off, No Shade, Doja Cat. There's a lot of these female rappers, they ain't doing better than Megan. Okay, Doja Cat did 57,000 first week. Megan at least do 65,000 or 60,000 first week. So I feel like a lot of the girls ain't really outselling Meg except for obviously Nicki, Cardi, and Gorilla. No shade. You got 3 women outselling you, Meg, but you at least doing better than Scratch Off, Ice Spice, Doja Cat currently, because Doja Cat don't got no song in the top 40. And, Doechii right now is quiet for her. So the other 3 girls, Gorilla, Nicki, and Cardi, you'll never surpass them. So I wouldn't expect Megan to do so, though. Now, speaking of flops, Ice Spice comeback single, Baddie Baddie, received 5,344 streams and lost over 119 streams in a recent Paolify update due to botting activities, allegedly. This comes after she used botted views on YouTube. The general public is asking if she planned to take Cardi B's spot with bots. Well, Cardi B has bots. I think, there's an investigation being done on Paolify. And, they're investigating and talk about Champagne Thickums using bots. But Cardi B definitely uses bots because her numbers on Paolify are terrible right now. She just dropped an album. So I don't think Ice Spice was trying to take Cardi B's spot using bots. I do think she was trying to take Cardi B's spot. But I don't think that she knew that bots were being added to her music. I think that was the label. They probably didn't tell her. And you can definitely tell that the Baddie Baddie music video was botted because that song is a chop. Like, nobody is talking about that record. That record is flopping on the charts, but it was doing 7 million views in one day. Like, come on now. Nobody believes that. Okay? But I don't think Ice Spice knew that it was getting bots. Okay? I think she was blindsided by it. And hopefully she finds a hit soon because I think it's going to be over for Ice Spice's career, and then Cardi B will get the last laugh. Okay? Because you did say you was taking her spot in BB Belt, and you have yet to do so. Okay? So you got up until December to find a hit. I don't think you're going to find one because the Queen of Christmas is coming. But you got up to December to find a hit because I think it's going to be over for Ice Spice in 2026. Now, fans are also calling out Tyla because she's going to Asia to tour. And fans are saying some of the countries she's performing in is weird. Okay? And why isn't she performing in the U.S. when, she has a lot of fans in the U.S.? Well, I'm going to tell y'all why. Because it would not sell out. She knows that. Now, she could do theaters and gymnasiums, but I think, for egotistical reasons, if she don't even sell out that, it would, have her look bad. And people would say, oh, she got bots. It's not like Tyla goes top 10, top 20. In my opinion, I don't think Tyla could do an arena tour, which she wants to do in the U.S. Okay? I don't think she could do it overseas. But remember, she did cancel her tour. I think it was last year or the year before. So that was very telling. People were trying to say it was because of an injury or whatnot, which I don't believe. And listen, I love Tyla. Chanel, that's one of my favorite songs right now, is on my playlist. I think that song is fire. But I just don't feel like she has a big enough fan base to tour in the U.S. And she knows that. Okay. Now, she could do theaters and gymnasiums, but I don't think her team wants her to do that because then it's going to look a certain way because she's going to be looked at as a flop when she is supposed to be a global superstar. That's what they're pushing her as. So you got to understand how it's going to look if she do theaters. How is she going to look if she do gymnasiums? Okay. She's not scratch off her Ice Spice. She's not getting a pass for that. People are going to clown her. Especially when people were calling her like an uppity African and felt like her nose was in the air, which I don't think Tyla was that. But people felt like she was big-headed or getting a little bit cocky. That's how people feel on social media. So I feel like they're not going to support her like that. So I would go see a Tyla tour, in my opinion. I would go see Tyla. I think she probably could perform really well. I know her mic is going to be on. She could dance. But I feel like a lot of people, they be low-key hating on Tyla. But hopefully that changes in the future. Now, moving on from that, Bormani decided to tease a comeback. She did an interview with Numero, and they asked, what can you share with us about your upcoming project? She said, I don't want to give too much away. I can definitely say that I acknowledge where it came from. A lot of fans feel like she is teasing that she will be going back into pop. Her debut album kind of leaned more into the R&B lane. So that's what a lot of fans are speculating. Here's my thing with Bormani. I feel like she might as well hang it up because she's been teasing a lot and nothing comes from it. Didn't she say we're going to get music videos? She had more music coming, and that never happened. I think she should just retire and become a wag. I think that would be the best thing for Normani because I just feel like the music career ain't it for her. I don't feel like she really want it Because I feel like if she really wanted it, despite being sabotaged, she would still be putting out music more frequently, like Ckiminaj. Okay, or at least Walmart say she'll flop, but she'll still put out music. I feel like Normani, she don't really want it like that. Like, you can't say you want it and you barely put out music. That's not how that goes. Okay, even if you being sabotaged. I feel like the other girls that get sabotaged, they constantly drop. So that's not really an excuse, in my opinion. Now, Paolify has released a statement in regards to the accusation that they have given Champagne Thickums bots throughout the years. They said we cannot comment on a pending litigation. However, Paolify in no way benefits from the industry-wide challenge of artificially streaming. We heavily invest in always improving best-in-class systems to combat it and safeguard artist payouts with strong protections, like removing fake streams, withholding royalties, and charging penalties. Wow. So they say if you got fake streams, you're going to get penalized, okay, or we're not going to pay you. Okay, that's the consequences to the payola. Now, they also said our systems are working in case from last year. One bad actor was indicted for stealing 10 million from streaming services, only 60,000 of which came from Paolify, proving how effective we are at limiting the impact of artificially streaming on our platform. Okay, so that's what they said to Complex. Now, let me know if you guys feel like Paolify be giving out fake streams. I don't feel like it's Paolify. I feel like it's the label. I don't think Paolify should get sued. I think that is the label that be paying for fake streams. And unfortunately, Paolify, they are receiving the consequences for the label's actions. Okay, I feel like it's not the artists or, these streaming companies. I feel like it's the labels that be, investing in fake streams. And then, of course, the streaming companies, they're the ones that are going to suffer the consequences for what the labels do. So I don't feel like it's the artists or the streaming company's fault. I don't believe it's Champagne Thickums' fault. I don't believe that it's Paolify's fault. I think it's the label's fault. Okay? But I do believe that artists do be knowing sometimes. Not all, but I do believe that artists be knowing when their stuff be getting inflated. Not all artists, I believe, but most of them I do believe be knowing. Champagne Thickums, because he accused Not Like Us of being inflated, I believe he knows when his songs are getting inflated and when they're not. Okay. Ice Spice, I feel like she been flopping so long, even when Y2K came out. So I don't believe that she be knowing. No shade. But let me know how y'all feel about it and who is to blame for the payola and inflation of streams that's going on in the industry. Is it the label's fault? Is it Paolify's fault? Let me know in the comments. Well, I got some very hot tea on Nicki, Champagne Thickums, Janae and Big Sean's breakup, Queen Taylor and her issue with SZA, and Selena and Haley's beef on Patreon. Link will be in the description, and I hope you guys have a great day.